Hello there, and welcome to yet another episode of my Car Mechanic 2021 series. This DLC we're going to be taking a look at is a bit of a departure from some of the ones we've done before. I wasn't even expecting this one to come out, and there was next to no fanfare when it did. But apparently, at some point here in the recent past, there was uh, a recent addition to the game where you have a four pack of cars from China. And let me fix you guys real quick here. That's bad. Sorry. Stuff's been out of whack here. It's been a crazy month since I started my job, so yeah, I know it's been a bit of a while since you guys last saw a video from me, especially of any kind, not just from this game, but we're going to be digging into this today. We've got all four cars already located. Most of them, actually all of them, were from auctions. And I'm going to pretty much just warn people ahead of time that I'm going to be butchering the names of these cars pretty hard. I'm probably going to mispronounce them horribly. And if I do, not meant out of disrespect, I'm legit just, an idiot from the middle of, the US that, hasn't seen these cars before until now. Anyway, so the first one we're going to be dealing with is the Yunbao Yilong. Hopefully I'm saying that right. And this DLC kind of got mixed reviews. I've been watching the reviews of it on Steam, and it's kind of been hit or miss. But we're going to give this one due diligence here. We're going to go through each one of the four cars, and we'll work on them and make them pretty again. What we do here, we get them to 100%. And go from there. So, yeah, you see the picture. It's not a horrible looking vehicle. I mean, like it kind of might be useful. If they made one like this in the United States, at least something similar. And it is missing quite a bit. But we're going to fix that. I'm going to refrain from any of the low-hanging fruit in terms of jokes, because a lot of that stuff's inappropriate. Try to be as respectful as possible, doing this stuff. So let's just treat it like we do any other car in this game. Get the frame all fixed up. Not sure I'm digging the color with it though, but we'll see it with all the body panels fixed up and see where it ends up. It's going to need new rims anyway, which means I need to get something to write down with here. My sticky notes. Oh, get the microphone there. Digging through my stack of crap over here. Go. And right with. There we go. Could have got this out beforehand, but anyway. So that should get us. Yep, frames 100%. Which is, I think it was at like 1 or 2% just a minute ago, so we about doubled the value of the car. Anywho, let's get, so I guess we just start pulling body panels and our body parts and see where we get to. And this is like a 90s, yeah, 92, so it's a 20, almost, well, 30-year-old car. Oh, it's body color bumpers. Okay, I was like, the heck? Like I said, we've got ourselves a choice of body colors. We got bright red, green, this yellow that's an example here. We'll try our own colors with that though. I'm not sure we don't necessarily have to stick with the factory colors. But yeah, let's see if we could fix any of this. Yeah, a lot of the comments I've been seeing about the DLC was like, these are basically shells of cars and they're like bog standard parts on the inside. And I'm like, End of the world if that's the case, you know? We don't know the situation of the group that was making them. Maybe they were just wanting to try to throw some stuff on there to kind of get people exposed to cars they wouldn't normally see, especially here in the States. You know, like give them the benefit of the doubt here. Let's sort condition. So front right fender, front left fender are both good to go. What else? The hood, both front doors. I think it said front left, which is driver's side. Yep. And or yeah, license plate, we'll get rid of those. Put my own custom ones on there. The doors, the mirrors, and the bumper look like they're all too broken to. Yeah, let's just all right. Tell you what, let's just trash all this and then we'll mark what's missing and work from there. So sell, hang on, 1, 2, sell parts. That, there we go. All right, let's just start marking things. Easier if we do it this way rather than trying to sit there and hunt and peck for things. Oh, get me back in there. You go. Did we get the windshield? Bumper. Yes, we did get the windshield. Okay. Side mirror. Right side mirror. Oh, wait. We forgot the back window. Whoops. We'll get that here in a minute. Okay, back to assembly mode. Okay, rear window. That's not fixable, so we'll just go ahead and ditch that. Let's see. We're gonna need the right rear window, looks like. Which we can get that when we get to the body shop. Alright. Okay. Shopping list here. Okay, got our headlight. There's matching set. Front bumper. Brand new windshield. Okay, right rear door. Front window. Back window. Other front window. And okay, got a side mirror, looks like. Okay, matching set. Brand new trunk, which is technically a tailgate, but sure. Okay, back bumper. Getting the tail lights. Rear window, and we got one more thing. Let me clear. Search. Right rear window. Alright. Start throwing things on. I bet you if I actually did have one of these in the States, it'd probably be interesting trying to get parts for it. I hope the thing never breaks down. Just saying. Okay, so all we should be missing are the license plates. I think the rest of it's all there, more or less. In fact, let's go get some plates. And I'm just gonna put my standard ones on there. Okay. Still in assembly mode. That one. And got that one. Okay, so we should be, yeah, body is now at 100%. Let's take care of the interior. There. Like we're missing a steering wheel. Yeah. Delightfully old school. You see where like the looks like the horns kind of like the semicircle on the bottom? That's very 50s. Very old school. Alright, so let's go here. Let's mark these. Rid of those because interior stuff's never fixable. Alright. Let's go shopping. Interior shop. I do like the minimalist steering wheels like that. I like them. Magnum leather. Not just leather, but magnum leather. Nice. Alright, we actually need to be in... There we go. I was in assembly mode, but not the interior assembly. Alright, let's bounce out there. Let's check the car. The body, frame, and interior are now 100%. So, making good progress. We still got a ways to go yet. So, what we need to do is we need to check all 4 corners. So I can see right now we're missing parts. Let's pop this bad boy up. See how bad off we are. So it looks like just a regular standard spring or leaf spring setup. Like we've got both the U-bolts, the bushings are all in place, the shocks are all in place. And looks like we got a disc brake setup, so we should be a matter of brake pads. Go ahead and get the drive shaft, even though we won't put it in till after the suspension's fixed. It looks like we don't have a heck of a lot. We got the brake calipers and the cylinders to get. So let's go ahead and go here. Okay, we need 2 sets of brake pads. Go ahead and buy the drive shaft, even though we're not going to use it right away. And then let's see, clear search and caliper. Or we need 2 of these and 2 of these. Right. That. And yes, we're going to be taking this right back off there, but I want the suspension to be parts complete to the point where this thing can roll on its own. It's just kind of a habit I have of restoring these cars. Think of it like in real life, you want these things to be rolling by themselves when you get them in there, because otherwise you're going to be... Oh boy, this one's missing quite a bit. You want it to be rolling on its own, get it into the paint booth. He's missing... a couple bushings there. Like, a couple of bushings there. Suspension arm. Inner tie rod. We're going to need an outer tie rod as well. Like the rest is all there. Go ahead and inner tie rod. outer tie rod to go with it because that's missing as well. Let's see, 4 rubber bushings, replace the ones we can see. We'll probably have a few more for the other corner, but we'll worry about that when we get to it. Okay, lower suspension arm. And wheel hubcap. And you go. There. Tie rod. And we'll most definitely need to be doing a alignment when we get done, but that'll be very late in the process. Like you look like you're mostly, yeah, you're ready to receive a tire. You need the other bushing that we put in. Of course, we're missing another bushing. Oh, we have our front link. Come on, camera, back up. 2 rubber bushings, lower suspension arm, outer tie rod. Looks like wheel bearing. We're gonna need a hubcap. Need all kinds of stuff. Get that since we're still on there. Yeah, 3 rubber bushings. Sway bar front end link. Lower suspension arm. Okay, there's our outer tie rod. And a hub bearing. Get all that in there. Okay, you're ready to receive a tire now. Up. We almost forgot. Gotta remember the bushings. Okay, so go to assembly mode. So we need, this car have, oh good, it's just 1 tire size. Wonderful. We'll just do that, and then that should, theoretically at least, give us 165, 75, 15s. And 15-inch. Okay. Like we're good there. Need to get the tires, get them put together, get them balanced. Then we'll throw them on. And she'll be rolling like she's supposed to again. Okay, first things first, we need to go to the rim shop. Get 4 Bowens, which Luxor Bowen. They used the chassis from the Luxor Bowen, I bet you, for this thing. That just, for some reason, that just connected with me. I'm like, oh. Again, not a knock against them. They worked with something that was already there, and they just, you know, tweaked it for the body they wanted to put on it. Again, not a bad thing. Like some people are making it out to be. Okay, so this was 165.75. For those. And it's 165.75 R15. 165.75 R15. Okay. Alright, looks like we're ready to put everything back together. Well, put it together, I guess, since we never really took it apart. Get her balanced. Alright, get him on the car. Honestly, we weren't that bad off in terms of missing parts. It was easy fix. Didn't really slow us down a huge amount. And stuff like this is to be expected, because you never know what you get sometimes from these auctions. I try to go for at least like a 2-star to 3-star. The one car that's sitting in Bay 2 is a bit of an exception. I think it's like a 3 or 4, but it's still like a 70% condition, so there's still like a fair bit of work to be done. Got all your wheels on you now, so you should be able to sit without any sort of assistance. Hey, would you look at that? All right. I think we're to the point where we can get this to the paint booth now. Do that. Sorry, you're gonna see me fussing with my mic. It's literally been sitting collecting dust for weeks. Anyway, let's have some fun with this, shall we? Let's see. That dark blue actually looks pretty good on it. Do with it's and there we go. That's almost the color of my car that I have in real life. Actually, almost pretty much is. Dude. That's... Sorry. My cat's busy trying to get my attention behind me. And too horrible, actually. Oh god, no. No, don't want to do green. I think we picked a good color. Are there any... Okay. Oh. That's not really a livery set. That's a wrapper. Oh god. Okay. Okay, that I like that two-tone. That but I kind of almost want to go the Jurassic Park route. Or actually this is a giraffe pattern thing, but let's tone it down a bit. What else we got? None. Okay, so back to here. I'm actually kind of digging the two-tone. Not gonna lie. It gives it a pretty nifty look. Alright, let's paint that and we'll get this back in the shop here. Dude, that actually, I mean, I'd drive it. It looks goofy on the back with especially with the guardrail looking, you know, Nerf bar thing on the back window, but yeah. Kind of like somebody tried to take a regular like SUV or a like a, I don't know. It's been this way oh, what was those, that one that was made a while back, that like back in the 70s, that had the big bed on the back like that, but it was basically a car. But anyway, I think we got something here. Let's move you back to bay 1. And I gotta take care of something real quick. So well, I'll be back in 1 moment. And I'm back. I had to go take care of something important real quick. Couldn't wait. Or at least the cat wasn't making me, or giving me the chance to finish what I was doing. But dude, yeah, look at this. So it looks like a V6 of some kind. At least I'm seeing, yeah, it looks like, yeah, okay. Alright, standard operating procedure here. Let's start draining fluids before we do anything else. Oil we'll get to here in a minute. Yep. Oh, wait. I'm overthinking this. Nope. I'm not seeing power steering, which is okay. Not gonna say anything about that bad, at least nothing bad anyway. Not all cars in the world have power steering. Just kind of checking things over, making sure I'm not forgetting something. So we got the coolant, we got the brake fluid, and we got the washer fluid. We'll get the oil here in just a moment, like I said. Okay. I should have got the oil when I had it up in the air with the tires, but it happens. Didn't really set us back, you know, that terribly far. It was used, but at least there was plenty of it. Alright, while we got you up in the air. Okay. Starter. Yeah, I figured. Okay, let's get the gearbox off. Been good so far. Oh, it looks like we've got a white pipe going right straight into a catalytic. Oh, anyway, so yeah, got that all unhooked and okay, writing some stuff down here. So that's all disconnected, and I guess that's pretty much all we need to do. The exhaust hook disconnected. We got all the prelims, including the oil, so we should be able to pop the engine out now. Alright. And out it comes. So like I said, we're just going to treat this like any other engine. Shouldn't be that different from what the comments were, you know, on this DLC so far. Alright, so we're going to give this a standard job on it, where we tear it down to the engine block and the crankshaft, We fix those two up if we can. We rebuild it with all new parts, with as many performance parts as we could stuff into it. Now, again, this is, we're not going to be, shouldn't be rather, expecting any miracles, because I don't know what kind of horsepower we're going to get out of this. But we'll find out. I didn't even look at that closely at the numbers before I started in on this DLC. I mean, literally all the prep I did was buy the DLC and then go to the auctions to find the cars. And then wrote down the names of the... Well, first, bought the DLC, wrote the cars' names down, bought them, and basically started recording. Alright. Go ahead and get that off there. Well, that's off the back. Oh, this thing's crunchy. Get on there. My mouse kept jumping on either side of it. It's like, come on. Alright, just kind of work our way in. Get. Like I said, it's pretty much like what people were saying though. It's, you know, once you get past the body panels and the chassis of the car, it's really not that different from some of the other cars we've worked on, but again, not necessarily a bad thing. I mean, you look, especially you look at like some of the stuff in the workshop, which there are plenty of cars, good quality cars there, and people will base them off the existing, you know, chassis and just build on top of them. So I don't get why, you know, people got such a like a meh feeling out of this. I mean, it's $5 and you get to see some neat looking cars. And you'd be surprised the amount of companies that borrow parts and sometimes entire sub-assemblies or even chassis from other companies and throw their stuff on top of it. Or work together with them and engineer something that gets used by both. Happens more than people think. Why sometimes when you look at cars on the road and you're like, you think it's one vehicle, and when you look at it rather closely and you realize, hey, this is something completely different. But then you find out later on that those two companies either did a partnership or some kind of parts supply thing or parts exchange thing or something along those lines. I don't know what the term is for that stuff exactly, but you get the point. Looks like we're gonna be okay with this engine though. Don't look like we have any sort of major gotchas in terms of condition of. Oh, most of the stuff's gonna get thrown away, but I'm hoping that at least the It's engine block's a little crunchy, but I think as long as it's not like single digit quality, we should be able to at least save it. Bit early to tell, but we'll find out here in a minute. Okay, you're part of the engine head. Oh, okay, yeah, we need to get the fuel rails out first. I was like, why isn't that coming out? Okay. These, on the side. Oh, thermostat's all the way back here. Okay, gotcha. Okay, now we can take those off. Once we get all the rusty bolts taken care of. Okay. Oof. It's looking pretty rough here, but maybe. We might be able to save them. Yeah, it's just regular generic pistons with conrods. It's a bog standard V6 at its core, which is fine. You know, nothing wrong with that at all. Alright, there's the disassembly. Now we're going to get all the way down here. Oh good, 33 and 42% respectively. Cool. Yep. Throw those back on. And that cleaned up nicely. Okay, let's go back here. We're going to sell everything. And we're going to build this thing brand new. Make this all nice and shiny like the day it rolled off the factory. Oh, the factory line, I should say. Alright. Make our parts list. Flywheel, fuel filter, 6 pistons with conrods. Looks like just needs 2 crankshaft bearing caps. Get the oil filter, not yet. Alternator. You got a crankshaft pulley, a bracket, a couple of rollers, and a water pump. That's a good start. We're just gonna go through our, like I said, normal process here. We're gonna go to tune-up shop first, get all the performance parts from there. There's a flywheel, fuel filter, 6 performance pistons with connecting rods. Bearing caps are standard, oil filter standard, alternator is a performance part. Crankshaft pulley standard, arm, basically the bracket. Rollers are good. Water pump's good. Yeah, the rest of that can be found over here. And brand new oil filter. Crankshaft pulley. Bracket arm. Couple of rollers. And a brand new water pump. Except, need a few more things. 6 rod caps. And rings. I'm gonna go with just the stock ones. Drop that on. That on. Filter next. We short a roller, aren't we? Yes, we are. That other one didn't pop up until I put the other stuff in place. I probably could have left it for the next round, but figured might as well go ahead and grab it. Our steering pump will catch in the next round. If there's anything else here. Okay. Cinch everything down here. I would think the things popping up for the replacement heads there would not show up until all the piston... I guess all the pistons are there. Never mind. I was thinking for some reason they would not pop up until everything was cinched down, but then it's been a while since I played this. Just bear with me. It's been a long month or so since the last time I did a video for this series. Alright, do we have anything left to put in? Nope. Alright, let's order the next round of parts. So we got clutch plate, an oil pan, a power steering pump, and a couple of heads. Same as last time, we're going to the tune-up shop. And there's our clutch plate. Well, hands performance, right? Yeah, I'm slowly relearning this stuff. Engine head B, engine head A. Oh, we're not done yet. Okay, rest of this we can get over here. Okay, get the oil pan. And clutch release bearing. I knew it was bearing of some kind. I couldn't remember the exact name. Okay, it goes the oil pan. Clutch plate, pressure plate, and the release bearing. Put this thing up so we can work on it a little easier. Okay, that's everything from that round. Exhaust manifold. There's the other one. Thermostat. Intake manifold. Camshaft, camshaft, another camshaft, and still another camshaft. It looked like it uses the stock coils too. So actually, go ahead and get that roller since that's now visible. That's everything for this round. And two brand new exhaust manifolds. Thermostat's a standard part, so brand new intake. Again, we're not getting huge numbers off these aftermarket things, but every little bit counts. So got that. Need 4 camshafts. Okay, 6 spark plugs. Those. And then we're going to need... Okay, I think there's just stock ignition coils. Nothing else even looks close to what we pulled out, and they're not definitely not the angled ones. Alright, we didn't get the standard parts. Getting ahead of myself here. Yeah, I kind of figured it took the standard one. I was right. Okay, let's get the rest of these spark plugs and coils in. And look at the last of the exhaust manifolds. Alright, what else we got? Nothing? Okay. Everything back here looks good, so we need 1, 2, 3, 4 camshaft bearings, a couple of fuel rails. Like we're gonna need 4 cam gears. Yep. Okay. We're just gonna check everything over here. Okay, camshaft bearings there, fuel rails. Okay, those are aftermarket. Cam gears are standard parts. We'll head over there. Get all this. Okay, that's 3 out of 4. Here's the last one. Let's throw these cam gears on. And might as well go ahead and get these fuel rails put in. Okay, got your 2 engine head covers for that side. And 2 for that side. Sure we didn't have anything else down here. Oh. Almost missed the belt. That would have been bad. Hang on. What's our... Okay, head cover, head cover, head cover, serpentine belt. Looks like all standard parts here, so we're going to skip the performance parts section and just go right for this. Let's see, one of those. And 2 head cover A's. Head cover C. Got him. And a belt. Alright, let's get the ones for the other side taken care of. We're getting pretty close here. Alright, so fit on there. So we got the intake, tensioner, and looks like the first of the timing covers. Alright. Intake's probably an aftermarket part, so we'll take a look there first. Yep, 2%. Good. Rest of that appears to be standard. We'll get those. Good. I need a throttle, and looks like the other 2 cover, timing covers, excuse me. Okay, so throttle's going to be aftermarket. Get that first. And the rest of it we'll get from the regular parts shop. Sorry, I was just double checking something. I didn't buy the timing cover A like I thought I did. Oh, hang on. There we go. I looked at it, but I didn't buy it for whatever reason. Up here, put that throttle on before we forget. Game. There we go. And looks like one last belt. Oh, pardon me. Still burping up supper. Alright. I think that is it. Not seeing any other gray part outlines or anything like that. Definitely looks a hell of a lot better than when we started. Tell you that much. Alright, let's get her off there and let's get her back in the car. Yep. I meant to hit escape and didn't. Tell I'm getting tired. Go. Yeah, we're gonna need to get a new transmission and everything. New starter and all that stuff. Because I sold the darn things rather than trying to fix them up like I normally do. Alright, hang on a second. I gotta take care of something. And we're back. Sorry, I had to deal with another cat-related issue. Okay, so we need those two to connect everything back up. And we'll need a V8 starter, if I remember correctly from looking at that stuff earlier. Let's see. Gearbox. Go. Exhaust section's an aftermarket part usually, so we'll take a look here first. Yep. Alright. Okay, there's the starter. Go electrical for that. Bam. Okay. Like I said, we're not going to reattach the drive shaft until the suspension's redone. So no sense fussing with that. Okay, let's go ahead and pop that down. Right, so what we want to do now is we're going to start yanking everything out of here from the engine compartment. I'm going to go ahead and mark those because I know I'm going to need to replace those because they are not fixable parts for obvious reasons. If they're not obvious reasons, you might want to go look that up. Alright, pop up here. Scan around, make sure we're not missing anything. Looks good. Okay. That should have left us with windshield washer reservoir. Oh yeah, the battery. Battery we can fix up. We can resurrect that, thank goodness. Good. Like I said, it just leaves the washer reservoir and the relays and the fuses. Like I said, it's a fairly basic car. Again, not a bad thing. So let's sell everything that's not 100%. We'll go here so we can get the one non-electrical thing on our list, and then we can head back over to electrical and get what we need. So 2 type A relays, 2 relay type Bs, 4 relay type C's, fuse type C, 3 fuse type B's, and 2 fuse type A's. Alright. Alright, start popping in fuses and relays. Okay. Let's get back to disassembly mode. I'm going to top off all the fluids. I really wish you could jump in this game. That should be everything from the engine compartment. And but we still need to get the fuel system and the exhaust done, and then we can focus in on the fuel system or the suspension. List is only so long now, and my brain's already starting to mess it up. So, cat, the resonator, exhaust pipe, and the muffler off. We're gonna mark every single one of these. We're gonna get all new parts. Got the exhaust pipe, fuel pump, this new catalytic converter. Fuel tank is a standard part, so we'll skip that. New muffler. And new middle muffler, aka the resonator. Alright, so let's flip over to the standard part shop. Grab a fuel tank. Not the best camera angle, I'm sure, but to be able to handle this without actually, you know, kind of jumping around with the camera, that'd be, you know, all that much easier for me. Okay, so that takes care of the exhaust and the fuel system. So we got shinies all the way up. The only thing that's not shiny at this point is the front and rear suspension, if I could still talk. I'm gonna pull these tires off first. Start tearing things out. We'll do this side, get the both halves of the front suspension. We'll do the same thing to the back. We'll fix up what we can, replace what we can't, and go from there. Everything on this. Let's do this now. Like I said, the way I do this stuff may not be the most efficient, but it's, you know, it works. I'm sure there's probably a, you know, world record time for each and every one of these cars in all these DLCs, but I'm not out for efficiency. I found a way that works, and I've been doing it that way, oh, pretty much since the start of the series, more or less. Alright, looks like everything from the front, so let's under our way back here. Yeah, let's get these bushings out. Hop over here, do the same on this end, or on this side rather. So far, this first car hasn't been too bad. No major gotchas or anything. No major hiccups. Just pretty smooth ride so far. Speaking of which, we're gonna give this thing a smooth ride as soon as we get everything fixed up. But first, we need to separate out these assemblies. Around the home stretch, at least, you know. Got the suspension to do, and then just a few other little sundry things like, you know, doing the alignment for the wheels and the headlights, and then we'll take it to the dyno room to see what kind of numbers we get, and then we'll take it to the speed track like we used to. Okay, last one. Alright, let's go see about the other parts and see how many of those we can fix. Now, there's going to be, you know, wear items on the car that are not going to be fixable, so we're not going to be able to do, we're not going to be coming out of this with, like, nothing to replace, so it's just that whatever we can fix here is one less thing we have to buy later on. Almost there. Alright. Let's see how we did. Well, we got to page 3 before, and most of the way through page 3 before we even ran into parts that needed to be replaced. And like I said, it's mostly wear items, like brake pads, rubber bushings, shock absorbers, that kind of thing. Alright, go buy parts. Okay, small rubber bushings, got you. Couple of brand new brake pads. Let's see, 2 front shocks. And bearing. Right, because I only replaced that one up front. So 2 shock caps. Front springs. Rubber bushing. Apparently that was the one we didn't replace. 2 rear shocks. Another front end link, because we replaced the other one. And our tie rod is for the same reason. And a brand new sway bar. Alright, before we do anything else. Okay, let's get the assemblies put back together. Okay. That drive shaft put on. You on. Shock put on. Okay. Get the leaf spring and the U-bolts put on. Oh, get on there. We got everything. Bearings. Not bearings, but the bushings, U-joints, shocks. Yep. Like it's all there. Okay, just about there for the rear suspension. Just got a few more pieces to put on. There we go. Like everything's where it should be. All right, let's head up front. Just putting some of the preliminaries on before we do the stuff for both sides. Take only a minute. Okay. Start with this side here, I guess, since we're over here. Alrighty. Accidentally clicked once too many and zoomed me in where I didn't need to go. Oops. Okay, looks like everything's there. So go over here. Do the same for this side. Okay, go. And that should be it. Quick check before we look at the numbers. Like everything's where it should be. Check the car. And we're at 100% condition for everything. Group effort, everybody. All right. Considering how she looked when we brought her in and how it looks now, it's a total makeover. Okay, so let's get you to the alignment rack. Take care of the headlights first. Ooh, these are way off. Done and done. Alright, we're off to the dyno booth. Again, don't expect miracles, but Hey, maybe it'll surprise us. Ooh, hey, 302 from the factory. That's more than I thought it was going to have. So 302 HP before we did anything to it. So 257 pound-feet of torque. So it's okay. Better than my car, but not quite as much as my truck. So that's not bad. Let's see how it ends up. Maybe. .508 horsepower, so gain of 207, so 69, nice % increase. And 405 pound-feet of torque for an increase of 148, so 58% respectively. Not bad. Better than I was expecting, but not bad. Definitely wouldn't, if you've been driving this around in America, you definitely wouldn't expect this thing to be 500 plus horsepower. Just very unassuming looking. But yeah, take her outside. We'll get some pictures. That one's going on Discord. Okay. Like I said, for a 90s car, it's got a very 50s feel to the dashboard. I kind of dig that. Then again, I like older cars. I remember those old school type of vent grills too. And a very simple radio. It didn't have a fancy LCD. Didn't need a subscription to listen to the radio. Definitely tell it's a manual with the third pedal and everything. And for love of fuck, hand cranked windows. Yes, thank you. Still a fan of those. I know people don't like them because they like to be able to hold down the button, but I'm old school like that, I guess. It's an interesting mix of like newer stuff with stuff from like 5 decades prior. Even got idiot lights there on the front there. I'm assuming those are idiot lights in between the fuel gauge and the oil. Anyway, let's go over to the speed track. How fast this little puppy can go, and get my handy dandy controller out. Everybody strapped in? Here we go. That's disappointing, but not unexpected. I'm literally like topping this thing out. We're in 5th gear and we're hitting 94 miles an hour, and she will not go any faster than that, Captain. Yeah, not a drag car. What can I say? It's not going to win any races. But then again, you know, for tooling around town, going, you know, grabbing stuff from the local do-it-yourself place, or, you know, just driving around as like a showpiece or something, yeah, sure. You know, there are use cases for a vehicle like this out there. I don't know if you need the 500 horsepower, but hey, that's subjective. I'm still wondering about this, like, weird-ass protector bar thing. I'm assuming that's to keep, like, is this top like fragile enough that that has to be there to keep the, like, the roof from being crushed in a rollover, I wonder? It's the only thing I could think of. I'm like, it's not like you're going to be hauling heavy duty cargo with this thing. Well, I do like if that is a thing to like access the fuel pump, which may or may not be. That's actually, if that is, that'd be kind of badass to have that access panel there. Because I know some people cut that part out and actually do put one in some trucks and stuff. But anyway, I don't know. It's cute, but definitely not going to see one around my neck of North America. But anyway, let's take a look at the numbers. So we bought it for $22,700. Again, these are all auction cars, so take that for what you will. You can see the condition bonus, performance parts, body and parts values, and see how all that, you know, factors in. So we're selling it somehow for $141,803 for a profit of $119,043. That's pretty nifty turnaround, if you ask me. Like, I didn't know what to expect in terms of the numbers, but this is pretty expensive. But then again, it's in credits and not US dollars, so, or the yuan, which is a Chinese currency, I believe. Yeah, let's go ahead and sell it. Get that off the lot. I mean, if anything, nothing else to look in the US, it'll be an interesting collector's item. And another one's gonna be this. This is a, well, let's just show you the name. Yueyan Guianfeng. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Yeah, this one, it's, like I said, 60-70%, you know, part quality. Again, not in the worst of shape, but I didn't know how hard it was going to be to try to find another one like it, so I went ahead and got it. And yeah, we'll be repainting this. I don't know what yet, but we'll figure that out in the next episode. So I'm just getting things moved around here. For those who, this is your first video, I typically try to get all the cars or most of the cars onto the lot and then just kind of work through them and then move them at the end of each episode. Just to kind of give you guys something to fixate on. We already moved that one. This Zanghua Ziyang, I'm assuming. Like, again, I'm butchering the names and I apologize. But kind of a Jeep looking. In fact, this one ought to be an interesting restoration. We'll go ahead and move that to Bay 2 because that's going to be 2 episodes out. And then we got the Longtang Fuyang, which is almost like a limo. Got the suicide doors and everything. You know, perfect for, you know, putting around your favorite dictator. But yeah. Move that to position 2, because that's 3 episodes out now. And all these cars have been cleaned inside and out. And this is how they look after. So yeah, like I said, with an exception of that one, we've got our work cut out for us in terms of, you know, stuff that needs to be restored. But we're going to give all of these the proper treatment, get them all as good, if not better than factory. And hopefully you guys find this stuff mildly entertaining, or at least somewhat useful in case you know, get stuck or something on trying to restore one of these and want to see somebody bumble their way through it and help you figure things out. Who knows? With that, I'll turn you guys loose and thank you for watching. If you want to do so, you can hit the subscribe button and hit the little bell thing so you get the alerts for any streams and or videos, although streams might be not so likely. The videos will be released when I have time and energy to do so. Like I said, about a month ago, I got a new job, and that's kind of taken priority over everything, including content production. So I'll try to get these videos out soonish, but I can't guarantee when. So just keep your eye out for new episodes, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.